One, and you may go. And now I'm going to mute so I can shovel food in my face.
Fuck.
Paranus.
Titties!
Oh man, it's so good to be back, you guys. So, actually, I'm going to do a fairly detailed recap so that we can go over some of the lore that dropped last week, not week before. I don't know what day it is anymore. Hush. So that way we can all get back onto the same page because it's been a while.
Is
So,
it's
yes,
Wednesday.
dear. It's Wednesday. Speaking. So last time on The Fallen Returns, you guys discovered that the still form of Aelin was not actually Aelin, but it was going to be a doppelganger that was going to lure you into a false sense of security that you have indeed saved her, but instead you guys managed to come and essentially stop before that happened. However, it did come with the realization that you guys were unable to save her and that she was most likely probably in Vianoth. Afterwards, you remembered that Bellantine had gone, "Hey guys, if you pop over here, I got something for you." So you all made your way to Auckland, kind of skipping over saying hi to Gil, who'd really, really like to say hi to you guys since you sent him a motherfucking letter. Yeah. But some members of the party were a little single-tracked in mind, knowing that their daughter was in the hands of the enemy. You guys managed to find the same guy, the lovely captain, who took you over to the Obsidian Edge because a mixture of threat and payment, which was really interesting for him, dropped you all off, and you guys discovered that you did not have to walk through the labyrinth, which was really nice. Upon seeing Belle, she was heavily hooded, gloved, and you discovered that she had dropped the magic she had been using to keep herself looking human, knowing that that magic is better served elsewhere. Showing her the amulet that you had found on the charred remains of the former ward master, you discovered that it controls or is a key to the wards that seal in Vianoth. Using that, she was able to puncture through the wards to scry into Vianoth itself, you guys getting your first glimpse of the land that should not be. You managed to get to what you think is the stronghold. You glimpsed at Aelin locked in a tiny dark oubliette with Mirai, holding on to a single flame in the hope that you all would come and rescue her. Once more into the breach, it was punctured, and you all gazed upon the professor's daughter, who seems to not be quite as loyal to the hag and to the cause as you had previously thought. Afterwards, Valentine, a little bit exhausted and needing to do one last thing, invited you to her, to where she does the majority of her magics, a giant room full of runes and circles and whatnot, and she managed to unlock the final potential of your artifacts. And that came with the realization that you all have left an imprint. Your hopes, your dreams, your will has molded the artifacts to you. They no longer belong to the former wielders of it. They are yours now. With that came sort of a personalization, which was super cool. And overall, you've discovered new information, including that there is another entity serving Demoriel and the demon forces, the one known as Balberith, the Whisperer, the Master of Shadows. You also discovered that there was a lost elvish kingdom that was sealed in Vianoth, and they have been locked in there for 2,000 years with the Fallen. So surely nothing bad will come of that. No, they're called the Belai. And not Demorial, Bellantine sort of gave a rousing speech saying that you all will go forward and be the dawn to break this coming night. And that is where we're starting off again, as you guys are sort of still gathered around as Belle has exhausted herself of what magic she can do at the moment, having unlocked the potential of your artifacts and having gained information. Once more, she pulls the hood over her head, hiding the fact that her face is essentially no more than a skull with motes of sort of ice blue light hiding in the sockets. And you guys are left with brand new artifacts and information of the enemy that you did not have before. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna turn to the group and just like, we're really doing this, aren't we? We're pushing it hard.
Yes. Yes, we are. We don't have
Professor,
a choice. Yes.
how powerful are the Wizards of the Green Ground?
Well, top men in our fields. Top men.
Top. Oh.
I almost.
Top. Man.
Damn it. Well done.
The reason I ask is because we have a lot of troops to mobilize quickly. How big of a portal can they make?
Well, you know,
I know you. Sorry.
If possible, we could turn the building into one. It is laid out similarly, construction-wise. Possibly, I don't know.
The entire building.
Well, it's a magic school.
Apparently it's a magic school.
Well, I don't. Theoretically, it would not. Theoretically, it would work. Practically, is always one different thing when you deal with magic. I could send word. See if they could devise a way to make a larger portal to move troops.
We have that side of the gates. Idor, Tal'Ren.
Yeah, so we must mobilize the fleet as well. We should probably write some letters.
Yes. Because it comes down to, are we going to wait to have an army at our backs at the gates of Vianoth, or are we going to...
I think we go in with what we have. We're the ones that can get in with the key. I don't know if we could take a whole army past the...
Well, if we use that key, then I'm just going to bring it down.
Well, he's passed in and out of it with this. I don't think it brings it down. I think it allows him to pass through. It said... Bellantine mentioned that a path... Not Bellantine, but the person we questioned. Is a path would be...
She who walks behind, is that what it was?
Yep.
Mhm. She said it would show the path.
Would carve a path. Whatever she means by that.
So what, we just gather up as many as we can and make a strike force and push in?
Well, that's part of what I'm wondering, is that, are we trying to make a distraction actually in Vianoth with an army and, like, fighting while we, like, slip past whatever they have so that we can get deeper into Vianoth? Or are we just going to try put them at the wall and be like, hey, if anything comes out, kill it, kind of thing?
I mean, it would be smart to secure a beachhead at least. Get through at least a small force that can wait on the other side of the wall, so they're not complete. Because are the wall like can you see into Vianoth, or is it just like or is it like an opaque like wall?
You guys have never actually been down by the wards before, but from your Passover with Valentine's vision, what
Yeah.
you guys managed to see was, it seems pretty clear. The only things you do see are the giant megaliths, which are with the uniform space between one another, if that makes sense, because words are losing meaning quickly. At this point, Belle interjects and goes, "If you wish to try to bring down the walls, it would require quite a bit of power, magic. It could be done, especially since we have the key. It could be used as a focus, but it might take some time to do."
Do we want that? Do we want to bring down the walls?
We just spent the last however many months putting in a lot of effort to stop someone from doing that. I'm not sure.
Well,
That's-
it
Alright.
comes down. What it really comes down to is if we kill, Balamon, is it going to stop his armies, or are they just going to plot again? Shouldn't we just ride in and wipe them all out? If we drop it on our terms, not theirs, and have an entire, the united peoples of Cascadal waiting on the other side.
That's a fair point.
Here's what I'm wondering then. No, it's fine. In line
I
with
was
your
muted.
plan. In line with your plan, Connor, if we could bring the walls down in a particular way, maybe not all of the walls, right? Like in a singular area, make a choke
Make it
point. Exactly.
With a
Yes,
numbers
this
count
is-
for nothing.
This is what I was talking about, but apparently I was under the mute spell.
It's called silence.
You gotta stop putting those silent spells on your buttons. Every time you mess with them, it just...
The problem is that the barrier of Vianoth travels the whole area. If we are unable to take down a section, the whole thing would come down, leaving them to feel free to pour out from any point. It's not as if they cannot pass mountains. The barrier has to surround the entire area. If we were to bring it down, and if we are unable to bring down a section, then we open up all fronts for them to come through. We are not prepared for that. As Corin said, if we could garrison them here and have a choke point, it is a more viable option. Then we could go in and out. Sort of like in the Blasted Lands with the Dark Portal.
Okay, so perhaps this key is the key. It says it carves a path, right? Well, maybe we carve a small path permanently.
We won't know until we see this up front and personal, I'm afraid. But we should at least gather some sort of force to accompany us there. But we should mobilize everyone.
It's our end already on March. I made sure of that before we left.
The Empire is as well.
I
I have no faith in them.
They have soldiers. That's all that really matters.
They have undead, they have demons, and they have shadows, whatever those are.
Perhaps you need not go alone. Perhaps there is some modicum of, shall we say, fire power that you can take with you.
Dragons.
I was thinking of asking Furiel what she's up to.
Guys, our plan about airdropping.
That's why I brought it up last time. That's right.
Um,
Somebody
we
would
don't know
remember.
4 dragons, at least.
Well, there's also that's out of character. It's also something we never explored. Was other dragons.
No, we didn't.
But we know 4 already.
Wait, at
We
least
know
no
4,
4.
but it was one of those things we didn't even think.
I believe I asked. I thought I asked Furiel about other dragons.
Oh,
she essentially said that there was, she knew of an ancient gold and a rather an adult silver and an adult gold being her
really?
2 children, and That one time I got drunk and I really fucking regret it. But she said she also knew some. She does know some brass, some copper she can pull in. She doesn't know if they'll answer the call, but she can try. But you do all know that you have at least 2 ancient and 2 adult dragons.
At our back. Okay.
At,
Don't worry.
and a tiny roly-poly, tiny little roly-poly, who, oddly enough, as you mentioned Ari, you watch as Valentine, who is walking towards where the scrying mirror, she stops, and you hear like this raspy chuckle that sounds like air whistling through bone. She is around. Though I do not know what help she will have, but I can ask. She's in one of the libraries somewhere.
Here.
Yes, I believe so. She found that she could keep a better eye on you from my new.
Smart.
So, from what I understand, is we're going to attempt to breach the walls of Vionov. Kill these fucking things.
Yes, well, I'd like to get a look at it at least so that we know what we're dealing with.
I think recon mission on the wall. Then, if it seems like bringing down a section of it will bring down all of it, we fucking fly in on the backs of dragons.
I like all of those words.
If we can get the dragons through.
If we can't get through the dragons.
One problem at a time. Our first problem is the wall.
And getting armies in place.
We don't want the Night King to breach it. Wait, hold on. Sorry, wrong universe.
Not quite the right universe.
Now, Valentine, you do have libraries here, right? Because I don't know about any of you lot, but I don't know much about this Balberith person. To not go in totally blind would be nice on of 2/5 of their army, because I don't know anything about the Balai either.
I don't know shit about shit.
I'm with you on that one, Andrew. I think we definitely need to find out anything we can on this.
As always, consider this place to be yours. You all know you are guests of mine. To be true, I consider you all friends.
What time is it, Snicket?
Oh, Jesus.
Time for you to get a wall.
8:48.
Fuck. Hold
Time for you
on.
to get a sundial, Chris.
I was just gonna say that. Erecting a sundial. It's, fuck it. Time has no fucking meaning anymore. It's starting to head into evening now.
Okay.
To which, you all know that you have rooms here that you can use. There is multiple library rooms here full of more information than I think most of you guys have seen, except for when you all were at the Greenbrier Collective. There's also food, and Belle understands that you guys have been running your asses off, and after some harsh fights, if you guys need to rest, take time, that she needs time to sort of recharge her magic batteries, as it were.
Alright, here's my other thing. We should hit up a magic shop and buy more potions before we go to Vionov, because I have a feeling like we might not be able to find one friendly to us in Vionov.
Yeah, I doubt that.
And maybe
We've only got 3 regular.
We did get
2
some from
I've got some.
Valentine too.
We did.
Didn't she give us stuff?
I was just looking in the bag of holding.
I have 6
I've
regular,
also
1
got
superior, and 3 greater.
Oh, the professor's
5
fine.
greater and added.
Music.
And 1 superior.
I have no potions.
I have 1 greater and 1 supreme. And 2 standards. So okay, maybe I am good. I was just looking at the bag of holding.
Thelma, you don't have any?
No, I do not. I used the last ones in the previous fight before this one.
For Pete's sake. She's gonna hand you 2 graders.
Thank you.
That's still
Can't
not
you
a bad
follow now,
idea.
can we?
Could go across the bay or whatever, back to Queen's Cross, and just wipe out whatever store is over there before we leave. Or Auckland, I mean. Auckland.
Quick jot across and empty out of there. And open
We have diamonds, by the way. We also might need that.
I'm glad you thought of it, Thelma. Thought of it now, at least.
Do we need more diamonds?
Well, shit, I only got 1 grade.
You've only got 1. Oh, for fuck's sake. Here.
Wait, there's a supreme
do
in the
one.
bag of holding. Take the supreme,
The
Charles.
Supreme, that's a
10d4 plus 20.
nice. I
I
mean,
could
with
possibly,
with
if
the
I
mall-
rolled perfectly, it restore me to full health.
Oh my god.
with the mall being worked, I shouldn't be going down a lot. But we'll see what happens.
By the way, heading into the terrifying scorched wasteland that we've been avoiding for the last 2 years, probably going in prepared is a good idea.
Yeah.
So I still think we should go clean out whatever store we could find at Auckland.
Oh, no, most certainly. But we have to cross it that way anyway. We can rendezvous. We'll farther
turn
south.
over, just turn out our bag of holding and just dump fucking 30 pounds of white dragon scales, 4 claws, 9 teeth,
It's like, I need
220,000 gold pieces.
Professor, I think it's time for a description paper letter writing montage, and I just hold out my hand. So good.
It's time for a montage.
Okay, one person that I want to contact is High Cleric Brennan. Brennick. Brenna. That guy. Brennis.
I
Knew it
just-
was
Brennis.
I just sort of like look at Arendare, and then I'm like, and I look around the room, and I just grab a table, and I just drag it into the center of the room. I want it to just be like,
Like
that
Men in
awkward,
Black?
like, yeah, just
Yes.
And I sit down, I'm like, "Ugh, right. And I take out some ink, and I set it to my left. I take out my quill, take out my sand, and I construct a little drafting table angle thing. I'm like, all right, let's do this. And I crack my knuckles.
And then some sweet guitar riff starts.
I put my hair up into a ponytail.
Oh hell yeah! Professor's getting about to go hard.
Roll up my
Right.
sleeves.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm here for this.
Hardcore letter writing.
Take off my shirt. No wait, what?
Oh man.
Old man.
That seems incongruous. I don't know.
So
My sleeves are
As-
separate from my shirt.
as you guys start to talk about preparing, writing letters about items that you need to get, and you hear the scream in the distance of the fucking DM realizing there's going to be some shopping involved, and she might have to do some fucking math. Oh god. Alex, you feel this cold presence against your back, and you turn to look to find that Valentine is standing about a foot away from you. And she inclines her hooded head and then nods so that you two could have a moment to talk alone. Largan?
You're muted.
Oh.
Well, that explains a lot. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes!
Okay, I've been saying stuff and no one was
Oh.
responding.
Oh, honey.
I nod and follow.
So you managed to pull off from the group a bit, and Valentine talks low enough so only you can hear. He goes, "While I was scrying earlier, there was a presence that caught my attention. And I realized that probably you should know. It was awfully familiar, much like yours. The presence of one who has the blood of Celestials running through their veins. Even more than that, it felt much like your presence. I do not know if you have family."
My brother. My twin brother.
They were roughly where Eowyn was.
Alex's head just kind of dropped.
It was... If it is any consolation, I will let you know that it was not subdued. It was not lessened. It was a bright light in an otherwise dark place. So I would not
sounds
lose
like
hope.
Ambrose.
I have no doubt you will get him back.
Thank you.
And a bit of warning. The wards set up might react interesting to your celestial heritage.
Slowly nod my head. Okay.
Be careful.
I'll try. No promises.
It's not something I know any of you can promise, but we live in dark and troubled times. But you are very much a light that is needed, Alex.
Thank you.
And she kind of nods. As you guys, she kind of lets you go back to the group as you guys start to watch the professor go to town writing.
I am.
So, if I heard correctly, she said Ari was here, not?
As far as she knew,
I'm gonna go looking for it.
all right. So you go so Telmar goes wandering
I'm gonna
off.
go wandering. Sorry,
He's just
guys.
gonna go wandering.
And Connor just starts punching shit, I guess.
Well, no, like the idea of the fact is like it augments like that.
I know, I just had this hilarious image of you just walking around punching whatever was in your way. Fuck this table!
Thank God that Valentine knows mending. So let me see. Corin and Arendir have a tender extra-dimensional moment. Alex is leaning against the wall, trying to keep her face still. Ariel, you manage to use your sending stone, and you eventually hear your sister's voice, reassuring. Is everything okay?
So far, things are starting to get a little dicey. Wanted to make sure.
Oh, I'm okay. And I will let you know that His Royal Majesty is sending troops south.
Good. That was going to be the next question.
He has already talked to the Empress, and troops are going down as we speak. He's sending some by navy. And whatever mercenary forces your friend Connor hasn't bought, have been snapped up by Shah and are being sent down as well. And I think you would like this good news. His Royal Majesty has also negotiated with Ducasus. They are entering the free.
Ah, lovely.
I know. I know you can't be safe. I know. I can't even fathom what you're going to do. Rael, I love you. Just please come back.
I'll try. No promises. We gotta stop this thing.
Walk in the light, sister.
You too. Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, I'm gonna put the stone back in my pocket. And then I'm gonna go back into the room and tell anybody who's in there what I just found out.
That's good. Took the Duke long enough.
Yeah, and you know, Ducasus too. So
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So
So I'm pretty
That's-
sure that's just everyone, right?
Yeah,
Whole planet?
my order's moving south already.
oh, good.
For the first time in 2,000 years, Koskana stands united as one.
I give everybody a high five.
It's a freeze frame.
Game over!
end of episode.
And then anime music starts playing.
Ufkai, morino, kuni, ima.
Okay, I'm going to find a Japanese song and. Alright, so who are you all writing letters to?
Oh, I thought the professor was writing mine for me.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
sitting
he's
there like,
writing
I'm
my
looking
form
at you
too.
guys like, right, I've been sitting here for 5 minutes.
I've already written mine.
What
Mine's
are we
dashed
writing?
up already.
Yeah, I want to write to both my father and to Aslan as well. So
And your order, your paladin order.
yes, also my paladin order.
Someone
Yeah,
start
but,
start talking and I'll dictate. Or dictate and I will write. However the words work together.
Professor, I think you need some tea.
Yes, that would be lovely, Rael, thank you.
I really don't
I'll
think
help Bruce him.
Okay,
My dearest.
I'll go first. Nope, there you go. Who the
Oh,
fuck is Clem? I just tell fucking High Cleric Brennis that I'm sure he already knows because he's part of the Talknell, but the Empire's mobilizing to go fight the demons. Fucking send your most badass clerics and paladins that you have in your order, and fucking yeah, that's it. But paraphrase and make me not sound stupid.
Is that verbatim? Is it just being
no, it's
accepted?
going straight through the professor filter and coming out much better.
With a lot less swear.
And I want to go ahead and write my order essentially to bring once again also bring your most badass paladins and clerics down to destroy the demons and all that good shit.
So as I'm like, I finish one writer and I just pick up a piece of paper and I toss it in the air and it just goes whoop.
Yep.
And I look at the next person. Right?
Should I ask Gamel? Or should we just have him stay in the Dawnwood?
I mean, I don't know if we want to empty our lands. Also, Gamel is one eye. I don't know if we should.
He does
it's very
have one
nice.
eye. Forgot about that.
Oh, we're not supposed to empty our lands. Just tell Reds at any person that can hold the fucking spears. Go on.
One person from Eleanor is gonna sit on the throne.
Well,
and,
I just see people like everyone's like
Well,
leaving and they're taking down the bead curtains and putting up actual doors.
I mean, Corin, Brennus would call upon anyone who needs to be there, right?
I need to. I'll. It's all right. Actually, I'll scry and talk to Brennan or talk to Gamble myself anyway. I feel like I need to keep him updated because I haven't talked to him in a fucking long time.
Oh no, he has no idea what's happened to Aowen, by the way.
Oh, I'll be in
Oh.
the conversation.
Listen, I barely know how to fucking say it.
What happened to my brother-in-law? Where did we leave him? As I remember that he came with us
Oh God, that's right.
for a short time to Talren to help us deal with Talren.
Oh, he died. He died a long time. He died in Talren. Bears got him.
Whoops. It's like every other NPC that joins the party.
He's been actually in the
It's
background
hard
this
to keep
entire
track of
time.
these things.
And he's just been following us, just like very.
Just like,
oh yeah, I
brother,
agree.
brother, that's a lich. I'm like, shut up.
I mean, there's already 7 of us. It's hard to keep track of another one.
I think he only came along with us for Talren because we were possibly dealing with like magic-y stuff, right? Illusion magic.
Illusion magic.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
fine.
I forgot about him the episode after he was there. Like I
I
immediately
didn't. I just forgot to bring him up. I mean, I
I wasn't here.
keep
so...
where my family is, but I'm gonna
He
write.
wasn't to do-
Mike, I literally just watched that episode of Community today. Anyway,
It's
sorry.
so good.
I'm going to write to the Greenbrier. Basically, the gist of the letter is we're moving south. Oh, that poor little wizard girl.
Oh Jesus!
Next campaign, we will remember the people that come with us.
Right.
Mike can continue to be lore master. I will be NPC wrangler.
You do that.
I heard you.
We promised. We swore no giggles.
Right.
It's too late. It's too late.
I'm so glad I found that gif. Trust me, it was appropriate.
Oh God, help me!
Oh, Snicket's at toast already.
Oh my God, I've been toast for the last week. Toast.
Good thing.
Oh, I was working on that.
Yes, Chris.
Okay.
I'm just not 100%. We're gonna go down to the fucking monoliths and check them out tomorrow, right? That's what we're doing.
Well, the minute after we gather up the stuff, we're gonna start heading towards to check out the monoliths.
All right, cool.
That's
That's what
what-
I was just making sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna my basic gist of the letter to the Greenbrier is, we're moving. We have a way through the wards. I'm requesting that my wife come find me. Rappers. Requesting that my wife come find me. Just to help us guide, that maybe a couple from them come help us set up sort of like a garrison. See what we can do about moving troops faster. And any advice or any knowledge that we've saved about what's beyond this land. And I mention off some of the names and some of the peoples. Just throwing it out there. And if you have to roll D100s, it's always low. So that's the letter to the Greenbrier. My other letter is to my family saying, I certainly hope the ships are being sent by now. I give them the name of the closest port city to Vianoth. Or
Okay.
to where we're going to be. And I sort of relayed to them where we're planning on meeting up. If they run across any other armies, to mention me and the Dawn's Graces, and that you are, they are traveling, they're all meeting the same purpose.
Okay.
I think that's all the people that I want to talk to.
I have one.
I look at Rael.
Already will stop barking. Sorry guys, I don't know what he's barking about. I'll fix it in a minute. Well, I mean, I don't know where he is at the moment, but I'm assuming this thing can find him, right?
Usually.
I mean, it's worth a shot if we're bringing in everybody we've got. Let's write a
Do
quick little
it!
thing to Jareth. See
You
if
think
we-
maybe my dad could convince that unicorn to come help?
I mean, if we can get all the bards here at all the schools, can't hurt.
I know. We could try, I suppose.
Sure.
Have you met him?
Met him. Professor, that's who you remind me of.
Well, I don't know if the magical.
You know, he's
word-
kind of a babe.
A babe, you say? Does he have
He
power?
is. He does. He does. He's, you know, some people say he's got the power of voodoo.
Voodoo?
Charles, do you have
Are you
something
walking
to
in with
say?
Thank you for going with me on that.
Connor will get to you in a second. Right. Okay, I'll try whatever, and I'll do whatever she tells me to write. And send it off.
Just sort of. So it's been a while. You may have been hearing the tales and the stories of what's been going on. Yeah, no, that's me. And my gang. You want to come play? Think of the story. And, you know, you can't tell it properly unless you see it firsthand, can you?
Oh.
Come on. Come and play, Jareth. Let's show him that bards can kick some ass, yeah? And then she'll sign it.
Poof.
I don't know, maybe it'll be a little magical backup.
Oh, you know who we should probably talk to? Maybe. Alright, there's liquid on my player's handbook.
Oh no! No.
Furiel, I should probably let her know that we may need a ride.
At this point, Valentine nods, and she turns to the giant mirror and shave and a haircut, and you watch as it ripples across, and there's a moment or two of silence, and you hear as the ripples echo back, and you see in the mirror, standing before you all is Fioriel, standing a couple spaces behind her, talking to a silver-haired younger woman. You see Old Man Jenkins, but he does not look like he did the last time you all saw him. No longer is he this hunched-over old man wearing tattered robes. You see, definitely an older man, white hair flicked back, but he's wearing resplendent gold armor. And he's talking to Zinna, who you all know. And they are then joined by someone you have not seen before. Looks to be a young man, maybe approaching his early 30s. Sort of short, golden blonde hair with deep green eyes. He's also wearing golden armor and sort of almost sitting there and just pokes Zinna, who looks immediately annoyed. So you get the feeling the entire family is there. And Fioriel's kind of looking like the dear sweet God, I will turn this all around if people do not shut up. But
This is why we don't have family reunions.
It's sort of like when, like, at holiday, and then, like, everyone, you regret instantly inviting everyone to Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
And then you need a drink.
Fioriel looks like she could use several drinks all at once. And she kind of inclines her head as Valentine goes, You are requested here. And Fiorel sort of looks, goes, we will get there as soon as we can. We'll have to fly. Try not to be too... It'll be hard to be inconspicuous flying as dragons.
If you want to meet us in Auckland as humans...
At this...
But Professor, I want to ride a dragon!
Well, we
At-
can ride them later.
At this point, you hear Ballantine sigh. Goes, I've already risked a lot in what I've been doing here. I might as well leave nothing left. I am once again activating my teleportation circle. And she looks to you, Professor. You are more than welcome to copy. It'll let you come straight here.
Thank you.
She looks to Furiel. You, nosy little one, already know what that is. And Furiel just kind of gives a wry smile and goes, I have no idea what you're talking about. Besides, that was Gent, not me. He was the scribe, after all. He had access to papers I did not. He thought it was merely of interest to him.
It looks like this.
And, Furious says, well, then we shall be there momentarily. Hopefully. And, we'll be there to help in any way we can. And there were nods, and Valentine waves her hand as the mirror falls still again and goes, well, your rides have been called.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
I imagine
Alright.
Corin saying that under his breath.
That's what that is.
Corbin, there appears to be a vein bulging out of the side of your... Are you alright?
Listen, I've wanted to ride on the back of a dragon ever since I heard stories about Ergen the Dragon Rider.
Really?
I've ridden on the back of a dragon.
You know nothing, Corin Gladstone.
Oh my god. My brain's exploding.
Right, well, shopping?
Oh wait, I
Oh, right. Are we...
dictate
I'll finish with the letters.
letters.
Alright.
Yeah, dictate 2 letters.
Okay.
One to Elishor, telling him to send all of the troops south. I guess 3 letters. 1 to Llewellyn, giving him the meeting place that the professor gave him. Like this is where we're putting our important allies that we're
Yes.
gonna need to come with us, maybe, with his group. And then I send one to my mother that hopefully I'll see you soon.
Zoop, zoop.
I wanted to scry with the Gamel.
I look over at Connor and I'm like, anything for you?
As soon as the GM gets me the information.
Okay.
What I'm looking for is sending an order to Sia, so we can't get the underground involved.
To who?
Talrent Steel Jokes.
I didn't hear who you said though.
Lucia.
Oh. Tell her to prepare her door.
Should let the dwarves know we're starting the push.
No.
Aaron, do high fives, Alex.
Oh my god, there's a big door in mine.
Oh, you said dwarves, not doors. Aaron is left hanging, and then he realizes why.
No, it's okay. I like weekly high five you. Like, I don't think you got what I said. Okay, that's fine.
I'll send a letter to the 2 people I know in the Dwarven Kingdom. And tell them to bring possibly some builders, for we may need to be building fortifications.
Fortifications, siege weapons, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about this whole war stuff. I've been chasing a single man across multiple different countries for like the past 40 years.
We should make sure we have enough provisions.
That's why we leave it up to the professionals.
Fair.
Exactly.
Literally, we're paying almost all of them, so.
Well, luckily we, Arendir and everybody else basically, don't own countries. So we don't have to.
This
I
army's gonna be
represent
really.
one.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I represent one, so that's about it.
This army's gonna be really slow moving. Now that I think about it. A siege weapon is gonna be taken with it. All the food is gonna be taken with it.
Well, I mean, I feel like the siege weapons will be built there, right? Like, once they get to the siege
Are we
area?
sure there's any wood or anything to build with there?
It's called the waste for a reason, White.
Yeah, exactly.
Tama, you're always going on about how you can create food and water. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'll just make sure the paladins are gonna have to be basically all their provisions, I guess.
Well, here's the thing, though: is it from metagame standpoint, why would we need siege weapons? We're not sieging something. We're essentially an invading force.
Right.
We have to breach the walls, is my guess. But
Well, even if I don't think the army's ever going to breach the walls. So they're essentially there to. It's going to be a big open field.
Yeah.
Well, let's find
Make
out.
sure nothing gets past it.
We don't know.
we don't really know for sure. So
Like that fucking battle at the end of Lord of the Rings third movie. Is
Correct.
that is that the end? I don't remember.
Yeah,
it's
the battle at the Black Gate at the
So we're
very
gonna
end.
Don't
No,
worry,
to
I
the
have
black-
my speech for the Black Gate. I'm working on it.
Yes.
If we can pincer them, that'd be better. But
Well, I think we're not going to be in control of any battlefield tactics. We're going
No.
to.
We don't. I mean, let's not get too far ahead of us because we don't even know what we're gonna face when we get to the monoliths. So let's
We
go
don't even know what the
shopping.
wall's about, yeah.
We'll finish up the scrying and the letter writing, and then we'll go shopping, and then we'll just take it from there.
for all we know, we'll have to like sap the walls or some shit.
That's what
You know, magic.
For all we know, Snicket shoots us down on dragons, and we fall past the barrier, and then we have to like ragtag team it.
Oh, dude, we like the
That would be
18 back
so
there.
Look, I always said I wanted to paratroop in off of the dragons. So,
I
like,
still want that to be part of the plan.
however we get that to happen, I'm fine with it.
Professor, do you know Featherfall? Would I know that spell? Probably not.
I do not know it.
Image
You
of
can
Connor
just-
jumping off the back of the dragon.
No, as long as we don't jump from too far, you know, it's not that.
I almost said yes, but that's my mage in WoW, and not this character.
You can just use your cloak as a parachute,
Well, I mean,
obviously.
Professor may not. But I do.
Me and Connor could probably survive a fall from like 10 stories.
Well, okay, so let's see. 10 stories, 10d6.
Yeah,
Average
we're fine.
is 30. If I can range, I can essentially. if I
There's a
range-
cap though to falling damage too.
There is.
Yeah.
Because terminal
Well,
velocity. Yeah.
Depends.
But it
Also,
depends.
if we're
I
okay,
also do know that spell.
does anyone have any more letters? That letters they need to write.
I don't think so. I think everyone's got. We're pretty much marshaled.
I'm a real quick scry on Gamble.
Oh my
Um,
God, I just imagined me and Connor just jumping off the dragon and landing, just, you know, landing like Solid Snake. Just a crater in the ground, too.
Jesus Christ.
Water, Morgan. Water.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Good for you.
That's
Um,
what this is. I brought an entire picture down.
Good.
Yeah.
So, you find a space apart to start to scry on Gamel. And you see him note before the altar of the sort of the temple at the heart of the Dawnwood.
Where I put the basin.
Exactly, he is right in front of the basin.
Oh man, if I wasn't like super somber and sad and stuff, I would fucking pretend to be Pelor.
Hold on a second.
Can you toss me the aspirin?
Lazy ass. Motherfucker. I don't care. They can know you're a lazy ass motherfucker.
The happily engaged couple.
Oh,
My
well,
head
he's
hurts. Give me a break.
like,
I love you guys.
can't get up to grab the aspirin bottle.
No,
I
of
was
course
trying to
not.
use- I was trying to
You're
use
right by
force.
If you're right by it, why should he get up?
Exactly.
So, you scry on Gamble. He is currently in the middle of somber prayer. You can see that he has gained a better eye patch than last time you saw. It was sort of makeshift last time. This one's a little bit more permanent, and it's very much an interesting change because you're not used to it. But as you scry, he doesn't seem to react to it. He's just very much, you can see his lips moving in silent prayer, asking Pelor to guide, to protect, to light the way.
Gamel, it's Corin.
Are you alright?
Mostly no.
You watch as he kind of pulls himself more upright. And he sort of looks up. Slowly closes his eyes and nods. Alright, tell me what happened.
I failed, Gamel. They took her.
You watch as a spasm of pain just goes across his face. And his shoulders just drop.
But I know where she is. We all do. We're making the final push. This is it. This is everything. Everything that we've worked for. Everything I've worked for. It's culminating in probably a few weeks. All the armies of Talren are mobilizing. Shar, Toknel, Ducasis. Hopefully Brennus is going to commit some clerics and paladins. But I needed to tell you, because I haven't really had a chance. I don't think you should leave. I think you should stay in the Dawnwood.
Where do you think we should go then, if not here?
No, I think you should stay there.
DM is deaf. Ignore that.
It's okay.
He kind of nods. We'll, with the help of the mercenaries and some help from the Lady Valara, we've managed to shore up magical defenses here. We will.
If we fail, if the armies are destroyed and dispersed, if the demons push north, you have to survive. You have to find whoever you can, whatever innocent person remains, and you have to go into hiding and pray that someone stronger than us comes along to save the world again.
Voice of bright ray of sunshine. I have a feeling, Corin, if you fall, there might not be anybody else as powerful as you all to take your place. But I'll do my best. Should the worst come to pass, I'll do everything I can to make sure that to see things through to the end. But I am offering you, I'm telling you this, Corin Gladstone, you better come back. And you better come back with her in one piece.
You were a good father. Better than the one I had before. And I appreciate everything you taught me. And I will see you after this is done. I have some fucking ridiculous dwarven whiskey that we need to share.
I believe it. And Corin, you've been the best son a father could ever ask for. Now, go get my granddaughter and come back here and we'll share that fine dwarven whiskey that you will not disparage.
I didn't say it was bad. I said it was ridiculous, which could, be good or bad.
Dwarven alcohol is not ridiculous. It's precisely as grand as it needs to be.
Yeah, goddamn right it is.
It mostly tastes like fire and dirt, so I don't know. It's alright.
That's what makes it good.
That's where the flavor is, boy.
Well, how did you get into my Skype call? This other. Okay. Describe. Okay. And Thordran.
Sorry, Thordran just hears all alcohol-related things across all planes.
If you don't stop talking to the air dwarf, I'm just gonna fucking leave you.
I miss those two so much.
I was about to make a Planeswalker reference, and you did it. You did the thing, but you did it better than I was going to.
Yeah, Mike beat me to it too. Is there anything else you would like to do for heading out in the morning?
I think
I give the bag of holding to Corin, and then I ask the professor to teleport me.
Okay, he cut out for me.
same.
And all the rights and all the crucial parts he cut out.
Important things.
Because then I asked the professor too, and then nothing.
I'm assuming teleport into Shelly.
Yes, I asked.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you hear me now?
Yep, I hear you now.
To Shaolin, and I will find you all after.
Okay,
Hot.
Okay.
I take him over to the thing, and
Wait, what? Why?
Because I want to say goodbye. Teleport to the literally planet. Come back.
Fair point. Good luck.
That's, I guess, hopefully.
Okay.
So we can do shopping and all that stuff first. So don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Did you all want to do the research that you mentioned at the very beginning of the episode?
well, I figured I was gonna because
Also,
I'm not
like, your
shopping.
books.
Okay.
I can help with that.
I will help
Their
with.
stuff.
We may need charisma shopping. I just kind
Good
of
point.
look at
Good
Rael.
point.
Rael, if you want to assist, I can handle the charisma stuff.
No, that's
ju-
okay,
who just-
Tama. I
who
think
just said that?
shopping is a good idea.
But I don't think we need to like I mean, just if we just go with a shopping list initially, that's what we all really need.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like,
Like,
we
we
need to
need-
haggle.
It's true. That's what I was just thinking. We don't really need to. I mean, what would we hanging on to all this gold for, right?
Yeah,
Let's
we
say
seem
we-
to
we've
have
got-
enough.
We have enough. We have more gold than we're ever going to use, so it makes more sense to be here. Snakes, here's our shopping list.
All right. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I think I need to do the research.
Okay. So, if you're doing research, please make some investigation rolls for me.
I'm using dim advantage.
Okay. Around this time, you watch Valentine sort of wander off, to go to where the ancient teleportation circle was inscribed ages ago.
Gonna go too far forward.
Um,
What do I have right now? Okay.
is the professor going to do research?
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh.
when you can, my dear, if you can roll me some investigation. Oh Jesus! All right, so you guys investigate the shit out of her library.
Brain's going.
You guys, Professor, having really gone in depth into Valentine's library the last time you were here, you kind of know exactly where the information you're looking for is located. So you all managed to head back to one of the bigger and what seems to be older of the libraries. As soon as you walk in, that smell of vanilla is just heavy in the air of really old paper. And you guys start to go through scrolls that look like I have been copied several times before. This is not the original scroll, but you all managed to get some information. Balberith is a demon lord.
Can we get a spelling mistake?
Yeah. He is
Thank
known
you.
as the Whispers, the Shadows. He is also sometimes referred to as the Ghast. It seems that for a demon, he doesn't seem to command too much in the way of fiends, but there's talks of living shadows. There's talks of people going mad in the presence of sort of him and his host. And there is some notation about demonic possession. And that those who willingly serve them are called vessels. And that sometimes with those he favors, he will hand them items, weapons that have sentience in them, that will take over this mortal vessel to move unseen through the material plane. And at that point, it hits you all. She who walks behind referred to herself as a vessel.
I was like, why have I heard that before?
You all try to look up the Belai, and what you get is very little information. What you get snippets of information from the Glorious Empire, actually, of the mythos that in the land that should not be, there used to be an elvish kingdom, but when the wards went up, they were left behind. No one knows exactly what's happened to them, but you do find one notation of someone, apparently a ward master from the time of the Glorious Empire, making notation they went down to the wards and they saw something that looked kind of elvish, but not really elvish other than pointed ears. They were noted as having pale, almost translucent skin, white hair, luminous eyes, long fingers, and sort of long-limbed and sort of... It was everything that nightmares are made out of. And that as soon as he spotted this, he felt terror in his soul and he ran. So...
Oh boy.
I don't like any of those words.
Tried to approach once again speaking Elvish, but did not get a response. So that is essentially all you're getting, is that there was an Elvish kingdom, it was locked behind, and whatever has happened in the 2,000 years, what were elves don't seem to be quite so elvish anymore.
How do you spell Belie again? B-E-L-I-E. How's it? How it's spelled? How it sounds? I can't talk. It's okay.
I can't either.
3 glasses, Morgan.
I love you guys.
So, you guys get a fair amount of information on Balberith, who seems to be all sorts of fun. Little information. But as you're looking, you... Since there's 3 of you, I'm going to ask, high or low?
Low.
Looks like I'm overruled on this one.
Alright, low it is.
If it was Kel, it would have been high.
Oh, shit.
So, as you guys are going through, Professor, since you rolled the highest, you're the one who finds it. Tucked away inside a book, you find what seems to be a first-hand account that has been transcribed over and over and over again, talking about a ward master who went down not only to sort of keep the wards going, but spent some time down there to research what the megaliths were.
Sorry, can you say that again? I cut out.
The ward master, an ancient ward master, had gone down to do the normal ritual of strengthening the wards, but also then decided to research the megaliths, realizing that there wasn't too much known about them, and realized that they weren't made of stone.
What were they made of?
They seem to have been a fused mix of obsidian and blackened bone.
That's not good.
Fuck.
No.
That's exactly what I thought.
Wall is undead.
It's metal. It's metal as fuck, but not good.
And that what he could see, they were runes inscribed on the bones and carved in the obsidian. And that the amount of bones and obsidian used in each megalith, considering the megaliths are about a good couple 100 feet tall, massive. And the amount of runes, magic in there, unfathomable. And he literally could not figure how these were made, and realized that if these things were broken, the amount of magic that might be let loose.
Backlash.
Upon learning this, I'm gonna write a
Always
quick
worried
little
about.
addendum letter to the Greenbrier Collective.
Yep.
And have them bring shit. What the fuck's his name? Where is he? Bring Nefarian. Nefarian should come too. And I kind of quickly scribble in the details of the monoliths that information that we found out. We'll know more later, but Nefarian should definitely come.
Okay.
We are bringing every person we've ever met.
I'm gonna send a letter to Dinah.
I mean, it's end campaign, right?
Hey man, Dinah's gonna solve our logistics.
Hey, if you
and
want me to
there's some
RP all of the guys from the Greenbrier Collective, I will do that. You just have the magic knowledge that I do not have.
I mean, if we're gonna do that, we might as well call Azrael, the cute little gnomish woman. She would have some
That's
crazy
true.
fucking ideas.
And our artificer that's at Blackmore.
Yep. Sam Garfunkel.
That one.
I like NPCs. Okay.
It's Pumpka.
Yeah, the skill she has that magically deflects projectiles.
Oh,
Yep,
yes.
that makes sense. Ting! It covers your butt.
Yep. Or you can swing it and deflects that way. Anyway, so that's about all the information you guys get from the library. By that time, Fioriel and family arrive.
Ah, welcome.
And they both, all of them agree that if you all need rides to the end of the world, as it were, they would be more than happy to assist, because not only can they get you guys down there pretty fucking fast, that they can, they also double as fine backup. Because not only are they fucking dragons, they're also casters.
Yeah.
Just saying that where else? What better way to ride to the end of the world than on the back of a dragon?
So, sorry, Chelsea, go ahead.
Let's say so. Are we like at this point we're ready to roll?
Yeah, we spend the night and then head out in the morning.
Okay.
Because it was early evening.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sleep.
Okay. So you guys go to bed, and at the crack of dawn, Ariel, you at first think it's a dream. You are unsure of whether you have dreamt it or if it was actually happening, and in your sort of haziness of waking up, you
That happens.
hear it. There's a cracking sound coming from within your room.
Hell? Find it.
As you look around, you notice the custom pack that you had made with a certain phoenix egg in it, and there's a fine network of cracks over.
Brielle's having a baby.
This is happening! Oh my god. Okay.
Crack,
I'm
crack,
assuming I have looked all over the book and know what to do at this point.
You do.
I'm
Generally,
assuming I need to find a fireplace.
which you have one in your room. The fire's died down a little bit, but it doesn't take more than a little bit of poking in order to get it to leap back to life. As
I mean, that happens.
you take the egg and you kind of position, and after some waiting, as you hear everyone else start to stir, as dawn arrives, as dawn actually cracks over the horizon, so does your egg. And there is a soft musical cry, as you now are the proud mama of a baby phoenix.
It happened.
Oh my god! Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't think this was gonna happen this soon. I didn't get a glove. Oh well. He goes nothing. And just gonna try to pick it up. I'm assuming the book that I've been reading has told me how to take care of this little guy.
Yeah,
Or
you
girl.
are.
I don't know.
That is up to you.
Okay.
But you go, and this little baby phoenix sort of perches itself on your arm, and what you're sort of stealing stuff for hot, 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 and you realize it is not hot to you.
Well, that's a nice surprise. Hello. Just gonna pet little beak stroke.
More beautiful musical tones as it cries, kind of rubs up against your finger because, hey, Mom.
Oh.
I won't do the spider voice. Ma'am! Ma'am!
Hi, Mom.
Ma'am! I love you, ma'am! Ma'am!
Although that would be sort of appropriate because Rael, but nah. Oh, all right. I guess let's get to. Woo! Let's go get some breakfast, and you can meet everyone.
Okay. So you
So I
guys.
guess, yeah, I'll come out to breakfast cradling a itty bitty flaming bird. So that just
That's
happened.
new. Does it have a name yet?
No, I mean I hadn't really thought about it. I wasn't sure when this was going to happen, so
That's fair.
oh my god, I'm bringing a baby into a firefight, literally. Okay, could be worse.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Firebird!
Damn it! I was legitimately typing that.
Well done. I guess I will feed it whatever the book told me.
You have well prepared yourself for this moment. You just didn't think it was going to happen like now.
Yeah.
So you're a little still groggy from being woken up to the sound of an egg hatching, but you are very much prepared as everyone breaks their fast.
Is it whiskey? I bet it's whiskey.
It likes the
I
whiskey.
bet it has to drink whiskey.
It loves the whiskey.
Mm-hmm. Firewater.
And you realize soon enough that the Phoenix has quite great taste in whiskey. Prefers just a tiny drop of water.
Very good.
Totally not a whiskey snob. So, that said, Arendir, you're heading to Shellin's separate.
Yes. You cut out a little bit for me, so I'm not sure what the question was.
You're heading to Shalloon.
Correct.
Okay. Alright. Is anybody else heading off from the pack, as it were? So you guys are gonna pop over quickly to Auckland to do some we can either do this in game or you guys can assemble a list of what you want and I'll tell you how much it's gonna cost and we'll deduct it that way.
With that.
I'm cool with that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I am fine
What
with
do you-
that.
What you heard was give me a lot of healing potions, but what I said was give me all of them.
I will.
Yeah.
I wasn't anticipating, so I have not rolled up what might be in the city of Auckland in terms of every shop. So I have a feeling you guys are just gonna go in and go literally give it all to me. No.
The last magic shop we hit, by the time we get there, it just looks like it's closed.
I'm sorry, no more potions.
Auckland is closed. No, not the shops, just the entirety of Auckland.
We're just closed now. Sorry, guys. Okay.
I would say that would probably be extremely tough.
It's like that those sushi, whatever.
Oh,
Oh, the fugu. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't prepare it right.
Simpsons.
Okay. So, Professor, you managed to cast teleportation, and Arandir, you step through, and you are once again in Shaloon.
Arandir, I love it. That was the portal.
I do the tender. I reach out. I teleport away. We don't touch.
Oh god, it's the Doomsday thing.
And then another anime song.
Don't wash it down, oh no, Manu down. Whoa.
Oh no, you don't understand. I have since added a song to the jukebox called, hold on. I'm gonna just copy and paste it.
Hold on, that's a really weird name. Is that what that? Is that it? The thing that you put that it says?
That's the rename, that's what I titled it. The Fallen Retunzu.
Jesus Christ.
You're welcome!
I will take the place of Q in this point and go, motherfuckers.
Dorinda.
Wow.
So I'll play that song after the game's over. So there is a tender moment. Everyone looks around as suddenly Japanese theme music starts to play. Oh no, if we're gonna do oh no, hold on. This is what Jolie was thinking.
No.
I mean,
I have to deal with that and end up with Christina. No.
so Arandir, you are now in Shaloon.
Yes. I apologize to the grumpy teleportation room guy. Sorry. But I'll see you again later, probably. Whatever. Do we find? Do we actually tell the castle? I don't even remember. Or was it like that other person's?
It was a tower that belonged to a gentleman who has since passed away, but his son has allowed you guys kind of free reign.
Oh, okay. I thought we actually went to like the one that the professor or Corin kept like pranking.
That was the Greenbrier.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
that's-
Greenbrier.
That's Greenbrier collective that I prank.
Yeah, you talked to him when you were talking about the Hollow the first time because he was around during that time.
Because he was
Elves, yeah.
That's what he did.
Thanks, Chris.
I tell you, he did.
Okay, then I go to the castle or palace or whatever.
Yep, you head right over, and it seems Shaloon is in the preparations, which is good. They're doing exactly what you advised them to do. You managed to go in, and there are lots of people moving around. There's people barking orders.
I find Elishor first. King Elishor first.
He is in the throne room, and you notice that he is talking to some of the commanders of the Rangers, telling them exactly, fielding reports and nodding before giving orders. And he sees you, there's a look of surprise on his face, but he is not unhappy to see you, and he kind of waves you forward.
I'm glad to see you, King Elishor. We're going to... This is it. It's happening. This is it.
We move.
we march south, and hopefully we in them, and they called it a bottleneck or garrison or something. We're gonna chin with everyone, I think, while myself goes. But first, oh god damn it! I have issues. with
Discord is
Discord.
being an asshole with you tonight, Mike.
It just doesn't like the South region.
I can switch it.
No, that's fine. It does. It does need to do that. Yeah, I tell him we're headed to Zit, and I need Llewellyn and his men ready to go because I'm taking them with me when I leave.
Elishronauts, then you shall have Llewellyn and his men. I will have them ready as soon as possible, ready to go.
I think he does. I don't remember off the top of my head. But then I go find my mom.
You pull some people aside asking where she is, and they sort of make mention, and she's up near the rookery at the moment. As you sort of walk up towards the rookery, you hear your mother's voice, and you hear, "Easy now, Gwen." And you catch sight of your mother and your father, and Gawain, who's currently losing his shit.
I just say, I say that I'm glad to see that all three of you are getting along so well.
At this point, you watch as Gawain sort of soars over to you and sort of lands on your shoulder and starts like doing like happy burr bob, and you can almost hear it in your head, "Dad, dad, 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 dad's here, dad's here, dad's here, dad's here, dad's here, dad's here."
Yes, hello, hello,
Across
and
the
I,
shoulders, back and forth.
yep, I give him screeches.
Oh yes, motherfucking scritches. And your mom sort of smiles and just immediately walks over to you and pulls you into a hug.
I also give her a big hug back. And I just say that I wanted to see you again. This is the end of things, I think.
And there's just this look on her face, and she looks older than her years as you say this. There's this deep worry that sort of cuts through her eyes, and she just kind of nods, and you watch as your father puts a hand on her shoulder and just squeezes it. He kind of nods at you. He's like, no use in saying to be safe. There's no such thing as safety where you're going.
No, it's literally a banished country made of danger, forgotten from time. And I'm just gonna walk in with all of the most important people in the world to me. So it'll be fine.
You know, as you do. And
I have a flashback to our Cora and I's extra dimensional tender moment. and one tear rolls down my eye. But go ahead.
He kind of nods. He's like, I have faith in you. And you watch as your mother nods. As do I. I know you'll stop this. You'll come back safe.
Yes. Yes. I go into my backpack and I pull out a wine bottle and I hand it to my mother, and I say that this is something that's very important to me, and I'm going to come back and get it from you.
She kind of holds it in her hand, and she just holds it as if it's the most important thing in the entire world at that moment, and she nods. She's like, I'll take very good care of it, but I do expect you to come back and pick this up.
I look at Orin and I give him like squinty eyes, and I say, "I swear to God, if you drink that."
He kind of holds up his hands like, I solemnly swear I will touch every other bottle in this place before I touch that.
Good.
We'll keep it safe.
And then I hug my mother, and then I also hug Orin for the second time. I don't remember.
There's this moment where he's unsure, but he gives you a tight hug, and you hear him whisper in your ear that he's proud of you, and to please come back.
I left you a Reaper main, and I came back. Hanzo? I'm actually Hanzo now, I think. But that's fine. I don't know which is worse. I'm not sure, but I'll be back for that bottle of wine. And if I don't come back, you can drink it. You'll need it then. It'll be bad.
At this point, Orin looks at you and looks at your mother and goes, if the worst should come to pass, which I don't think it will, I'm planning on taking her and going to Arborea for whatever that will do. And if you have other people you wish that I could pull there, just let me know. I'll try to get as many people safe as I can.
Okay, that's a good plan. Well, I have to go stop the end of the world now, I guess. So, I'll see you soon. And I hug them both again, and Scritch Queen, and then I go find Llewellyn.
Bye, Dad! Love you, Dad.
Bye!
As you walk down, you find Llewellyn, and he looks like he has been running all over Hell's Half Acre. But he looks completely 100% done and ready to give it back to the demon.
I tell him in Elvish that, sorry about that whole crisscross the Empire looking for this person thing, that we had no idea where he was, but we killed him, so that's nice. But you're coming with us because you're the best we've got. All of you. And I look to the whole whatever number of people he has in his squad. I don't know.
There are about 12 of them. And they all look ready to go, and Llewellyn just kind of nods. He's like, at your command.
Right. South it is. South it is. Does Llewellyn... he might. And then I'm going to, with the help of the ancient map of the Empire I think I still have that has Vynoth actually on it, attempt to navigate from Shaolin to Vynoth to that meeting place that the professor told that we sent all of our important NPCs, whatever that meeting place would be.
Yep.
And we wait for everyone else. Although they probably beat us because you have dragons.
Oh god, we're getting to Game of Thrones timelines. No!
Smash cut to Corin screaming happily.
So you guys start to head off. And we're cutting back to the Obsidian Edge where, Fioriel, Jenkins, Zinna, and, Yvonne are preparing to get ready to take off after you guys have picked up your supplies. Is there any last things you want to do at the Obsidian Edge before you guys head out?
Well, I've got something.
Yes.
So everyone's packing up and getting ready. Connor is going to speak to Valentine fast.
Okay. You find her in the room where the mirror is. She seems to be just looking through it as it's sort of cycling through the images of Kaskana.
Connor walks up to her and clears his throat to get her attention. I have a favor to ask you.
Name it, and I shall do it.
So Connor pulls off the metal circlet that marks him King of Tal'Ren and hands it to him. If I don't come back, make sure that gets home. And he pulls out a fist-sized ruby. But if the worst should come to pass, and I die, that will crack him like. I want you to wait an hour, and he's gonna pull up the black maul and summon this back to you, and make sure it gets home.
She takes the circlet and she takes the ruby and she sort of nods. I will make sure these get home. I swear to you.
He turns to leave, and before he kind of turns back, and we all know if anyone's not coming back from this, it's me. Keep your word to me. Thank you for everything you've done.
She's quiet for a second, but as you turn to walk away, she's like, I believe the phrase is that's what friends are for. So she has given her vow that she will indeed make sure the circlet and the maul gets back to Tal'Ren.
Good.
Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Yeah, before we leave, I realized that I haven't talked to my aunt in about 3 months. So I take out some more sheets of transcription paper and essentially update her as quickly as possible. Say, hey, just in case. I love you. But also, I'm not gonna leave you alone again. I'll be back. Gonna get Ambrose and we'll be back.
You get almost an instant reply as it seems almost a heartbeat after you send it of you better come back, both of you, safe, healthy, and whole. I have faith.
Well, I can't promise the latter part, but we'll be back.
And she sends her love. Says, please, get your brother, come home. I have a feeling you have a lot of catching up to do when you do.
I fold that up and put it in my pack.
Anybody else have any last minute business they have?
I stride up to all of my dragon friends, and I say, fair warning to all of you. Whoever I'm riding will have to deal with me shouting and screaming, and maybe jumping off your back so that you can catch me. So anyone who doesn't want to deal with that, you make yourselves known.
This is how you're going to be walking to Vionath.
Fioriel just kind of blinks at you. Jenkins kind of just like sort of hides a smile behind a hand. Zinna gets this sort of giant grin on her face. It's like, oh darling, if that's what you want to do, all you have to do is ask.
I immediately go and stand next to Zinna.
And she's like, oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, I haven't had this much fun in so long. And Furiel just kind of looks at her like, "Girl, this is fucking serious. You put your serious panties on." As
I'm going with
you all-
Old Man Jenkins.
Fuck that. I'm gonna go with Old Man Jenkins too.
I'll take the newcomer.
That's not the first time she's said that.
Well done, Professor.
I didn't say that as Professor. Professor would say that.
No.
Okay, so Corin is going to be riding on Zena. Rael is going to be on Yuvon. Professor and Telmar are going on Jenkins. Is Alex and Connor. Who are you riding with?
Fiorial.
Okay, so Connor is going to be the only one who's going to be with Fioriel, as Alex is joining Rael.
Stupid plans.
Actually, no. I'll join Connor on Fiorio.
Okay, so you guys sort of walk out of the Obsidian Edge as Belle follows you, and she looks to you all and goes, "I will do what I can from here. Just remember, you have need of me." She nods. "You need only call." Reminding you that you do indeed have the stone that will call upon her if absolutely needed.
Yep, I just sort of pat my robes.
Good luck, Dawn's Graces.
Won't forget about it this.
Thank you.
I didn't forget about it last time. I used it at a very precise moment.
You all are motioned to stand back as the four step forward, and one by one they start to shift. Fioriel shifts first into a form that you all instantly recognize. The last time you saw her in this form was back when you sealed the first Shadowfell.
Holy shit, then we did the same thing with her daughter.
And then Jenkins, taking the form of a massive ancient gold dragon, his golden scales shimmering in the morning sun. And you watch as their children shift, Zena into a proud, regal, adult silver dragon, her scales almost molten in color. Yuvon, much like his father, proud, shimmering golden scales that seem to catch the sun's light, reflecting them back in almost a rainbow of color. And they line before you, your rides to the ends of the world, to the land that should not be.
You know,
One by one.
I'm just saying, everyone, I don't see why we should hide. Perhaps the world should see 4 metallic dragons flying south.
I like it.
Fuck yes!
Of
I go
course.
running as fast as I can, and I try to jump up onto Zena's knee, and then vault up on towards her back, and grab a spine, and fucking get comfortable.
Roll athletics.
Yes, please!
I like your idea, Professor.
I'm using my DM inspiration that I got this episode.
He just wants to mount a dragon successfully.
Well, the first one was a 5, so I'm glad I did it. I got 15 plus 5. That's a 20 modified.
As you move, she shifts herself to give you a boost. So you manage to climb up onto her back, holding on to, finding a nice spot to sort of center yourself, and as you settle in, Rael, Yuvon, chivalrous and like a gentleman, lowers himself to make it easier for you to ascend to his back.
Thank you, darling.
Jenkins sort of as he kind of just tries to lower himself as much as he possibly can with his giant frame to let the professor and Talmar.
I'm just gonna leap on to try to do it for me.
Roll athletics.
Alright.
Oh yeah,
His
they
poor
s-
back.
oh man, it's
Oh yeah, I'm pretty heavy.
Yes, you are.
Is it athletics, right?
Plate
As
mail.
Athletics.
as he jumped, oh wait, no, it's a touch spell. Never mind. I
Nice!
cast
And a
fly on
bit.
myself, and just float up.
I'll have a
on
plus
top.
11, so.
Okay, so Professor, as you elegantly float up and seat yourself upon Jenkins' back, you watch as Talmar sort of takes a running leap and sort of manages to get onto Jenkins' back right behind you as you guys settle down.
Fuck yeah, Talmar!
At this point, sort of, Fioriel lowers herself to you, Connor.
But say not to be outdone, Connor's totally like effortlessly just gonna grab and like haul himself up.
Roll some athletics for me.
That's only a 27.
Oh man.
Fuck's sake. Only.
You don't even make eye contact with anybody else. You just kind of it's almost poetic how you just sort of manage to just get yourself onto this back, sort of finding a nice foothold. You just launch yourself up and throw your leg over as you and you alone sit upon Fioriel's back.
Oh, I was gonna climb
Oh,
on
that's
it.
right. You
Yes.
are you gonna also hardcore parkour up onto Dragonback?
Yes.
Okay, so roll athletics for me.
That's a modified 20.
Oh yeah, it's not like the Talrenian way of apparently getting on the back of a dragon, but it's you definitely managed to easily get up and astride, finding a place where you can secure yourselves. As sort of you all check to make sure that you guys are secure, they sort of lift themselves up, and you all turn and look one last time as Belle stands there before the obsidian edge and raises a hand up as one by one the dragons tense before leaping up, their wings outstretched, and they take to the sky. The air just sort of whooshes by you, gusts of wind catching your hair, your cloaks, as you all, one by one, astride metallic dragons take to the sky, and you watch as the obsidian edge gets smaller and smaller beneath you as they circle once, twice, and you fly over Auckland, and suddenly the whole of the empire stretches below you, as to the east you see the sun in all of its glory rising up through the blue sky, and the empire sort of flashes beneath you as you all, one by one, turn astride these metallic dragons, head south towards the land that should not be.
Woo!
Dun, 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 dun.
As you all fly dragons towards the barrier that separates you from the fallen one. Lavella is just slightly confused and apologetic.
Fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
At which point, Corinzilla kind of just looks up at you and goes, "Where's your boyfriend?"
He had to go say bye to his mom. I was gonna say it's lame, but it's not lame. It's actually kind of sweet.
So you all start
Also
to head
catch me
south.
and then jump off of her.
What?
Also catch me and then I jump off of her.
As you leap, Corin, there is just nothing but air, and you can see the whole of the world stretched out below you. As there is the sun shining on you, the air just going right by your face, there's this exhilaration of falling, and then you watch out of the corner of your eyes, there's this blur of quicksilver. And the next thing you know, you watch as Zinna dives under you. And, roll athletics for me again.
And then I die.
You fucking fucked up.
No, he's just gonna crush his nuts.
I rolled a 5, or not a 5. I rolled a 12, so plus 5 is 17.
You manage to... She manages to just get under you, so you... It's not elegant, but you manage to land on her. And you're kind of in a crouched position. And she goes, go on, stand up. That's the best part.
I stand up.
As you keep one hand on his spine, you realize that you are riding a dragon.
I'm coming, Awen. We're all coming.
It's pretty fucking dramatic.
You guys soaring through the skies on the backs of dragons. Eventually, you watch as the Empire bleeds into Shalloon, and then you see it, the wastelands. Nothing but desolate gray stone as far as the eye can see. No bit of greenery. And then you catch it on the horizon as you go to meet up with Arendir, rising like gaps between the stars, the megaliths that stand to seal in Vianna, and it hits you. You march to war. You march to the land that should not be. You march to fight Baal Amon, the fallen one, and to stop his return. And that's where we're leaving off for the night.
Nick, you timed the music perfectly again.
Yeah, she did.
Hey!
Oh shit.
I hope you guys enjoyed this rather short session, but it was mostly so you guys can plan and figure out what you guys wanted to do.
It was a nice 2-hour session. That was super fun.
Yeah, it was good.
You guys can let me know in the DM exactly what you want to buy. I will let you know what is available and how much